Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Hope you are great. So there is this white woman actually on the internet. I mean, she's all over at this point in time. Why? Because her husband is being detained by ICE. So she's crying for help that she can't do anything. Like the husband used to be the person supporting the family, bringing in the money, and she's a homemaker, right? And the worst part is that they live in rich neighborhoods, so she doesn't know how to go about it. That she and her children might go hungry, and also how to pay for her apartment and all that. Now, the problem is that people decided to, because they were asking her, did you vote for this administration or not? She said no, she did not. Only for people to investigate to find out that all the videos she has on reposting are all MAGA content. And then she ended up saying that this is not what she voted for. That actually got everybody like talking and thinking that who she might have voted for. Then she came back to say that during the election that she doesn't have the knowledge of voting and all that. Mind you, she is actually a lawyer. How can you tell me that a lawyer doesn't know about politics and all that? Man, that lie is not lying well. But it is what it is. I actually do not feel sorry or bad for anybody. The only person I feel sorry for is the man marrying someone that does not even protect him or that will not even stand to protect him and all that. But you know what? Let's get into this video.
Get ready with me while I explain how ICE took my husband and why we might lose everything because of it. We were at our marriage based green card interview, which is like the last step to becoming a lawful permanent resident. We were totally expecting to walk out with a green card that day when ICE barged in the middle of our interview, took my husband, handcuffed him, and took him away. No explanation, no valid basis. Seeing as we were about to move back to Minnesota, where I'm from, he was our sole source of income before he was arrested. And now I'm sitting here trying to think about how I'm going to pay for our rent and all of our bills while dealing with this disaster because they cannot tell us when he'll ever be released. I went from planning our future, starting to open up our own business, to now wondering where our next paycheck is going to come from, how I'm going to afford to live in such an expensive city. We live in San Diego, to try to fight this and get him out of custody because he doesn't deserve to be there. The thing no one's really talking about is the fact that overstaying a visa is not a crime. Right now, San Diego is taking people and putting them in deportation proceedings for overstaying their visa, whether that be a work visa or a student visa. My husband was here on student visa. And overstaying is not a crime. It is in civil court. It's a civil violation, very similar to a citizen not paying their car registration on time, not renewing our registration on time. It is not an arrestable offense for overstaying a visa. Other than that, my husband has done nothing to warrant being put in an ICE detention facility. He's currently being held at the Otay Mesa Detention Center on the border of the United States and Mexico. So now here I am. I figure, the worst thing that can come from this is that it helps me pass the time and reconnect with my community, since I've been inside pretty much alone for the last week, crying uncontrollably and trying to stay strong for him. But I mean, hopefully, I can figure out how to make do by supporting us in the meantime, because I have been applying for jobs. I have a law license. I'm an attorney, but right now we were transitioning to move. I wasn't planning on getting a job until we relocated. And now I'm trying to figure out ways to support us while he's there, just to keep our house and keep up with our bills. I figure if telling our story will also help educate the public, even if one person sees this, I don't really care, but to at least start spreading the news that it's not about doing things the right way. We were doing things the right way. We were at our green card interview. We were in the court system, but they started deportation proceedings anyway. We've been married for over a year, and we need to start getting this information out there, because people who are okay with these proceedings, I feel like they would feel differently if they really knew what was going on. I will eventually get on here and talk about the actual story about when they took him. It's really hard to tell. I've tried to make a video on it, and it's heartbreaking. So I haven't done that yet, but I will, if this is what it takes to help pass the time and support our little family.
Messy TikTok. Messy TikTok be doing this goddamn thing. This is Hannah. Hannah got on this goddamn app and told us a couple of days ago how ICE came and snatched her husband up during a marriage interview for his green card. Hannah didn't understand what went wrong. You know, she hasn't heard from her husband and they were getting ready to move to Minnesota and he is the sole provider. So now she got to figure out how she's going to take care of kids, rent, bills, and still try to move. But y'all know how TikTok investigators are, so people went to go digging. Come to find out, Miss Hannah, baby, she likes to do reposts of Republican content, and she followed all Republicans. So everybody was like, baby, who the fuck did you vote for? Because you put in your comment section that you did not vote for this. Baby, the plot thickens. So Hannah explains that she's no longer the woman that she recognized before. She admitted that she deleted all the reposts and all the followings that she had of Republican content. And she said over the past year, she has changed. She has changed her views. Hannah, the only reason you changing your views now is because your husband is an immigrant. Stop lying to yourself, baby. But it gets worse. Hannah says there's no excuse for what I did. There's no excuse for how I voted in the past. But I'm a changed woman. Then she goes on to tell us how she grew up in a red state in a red house and she was sort of brainwashed. And so that's all the content she consumed. Basically pale and confused. And then she drops this bomb, y'all. Hannah did not fucking vote. You heard me correctly. She did not vote in this last election. And Hannah is a lawyer. Person said you're a lawyer and you didn't vote. Hannah said correct. I will continue to hold the belief that you shouldn't vote if you're not educated enough. I wasn't at the time. Given my science background, my law school emphasis was patent law. Another comment said, I voted for your husband. Why didn't you? Hannah, you're capping. I don't have no fucking degree in law, but I can read and I understand what policies are going to help my community and what policies aren't. You didn't even vote to save your own fucking husband. You're what we call a piss poor fucking individual. And for you to have a fucking law degree, no matter what it's in, you know law. Basic law. You have basic fucking common sense. And for those reasons and those reasons alone, you may not ever see your husband again. And that is nobody's fault but your own because you decided to sit out this election. I swear y'all telling yourself every fucking time.
Not you couldn't even beg for sympathy, right, without getting caught as a secret MAGA supporter. And, girl, if you're going to try to beg for sympathy from the internet, go and delete all your reposts first. Don't you know that's the first rule? Make sure your internet footprint is clear. Now, I went and looked at some of your reposts before you deleted them. You know, you was already too late. But I looked at some of them, and the one that really caught me is Ethan. Everybody knows this is Ethan. He is one of the most like MAGA supporters. And it's so crazy. Like out of all the reposts that I saw, this one really caught me by surprise. Cause it's like, sweetie, you do realize this person would not like you. They would not like you at all. And you're reposting his stuff. One thing you're not going to see in my reposts, cause my whole thing is people like stuff all the time. And sometimes you like a video and you just like, oh, okay, moving on. My reposts, that's the real me. My reposts are really what I really like. If you're going to look at my reposts, you're never going to find a MAGA repost, girl. And then you try to say, oh, I didn't vote for this. Okay, this. So you voted for him, just not this to happen to you. Okay, got it. Because, and then she went in the comment section and she was like, oh, well, actually, I didn't vote for Trump. It's like, oh, okay. So you voted for JD Vance. And what's even funnier about this whole situation to me is your name is Hannah, like Hannah Brown. And you know, she been dead silent ever since. So all the Hannahs is coming out. All the Hannahs. Okay. Girl.
Out on the red hat side of TikTok, it's a lady on here talking about how her husband got picked up at a green card interview, right? Talk about dramatic irony, right? So anyways, her husband got picked up by them people and she got on here to tell us about it, right? So people in the comments was like, well, who did you vote for? Okay, all of a sudden it got quiet. It's crickets. It was so quiet you can hear a mouse piss on cotton, right? Listen, so everybody went through her repost, y'all. When I tell y'all it was so much red hat content in her repost, she might as well just got on the video in the red hat herself, right? Now she on here giving us her sad story, and I'm like, girl, what you want us to do? You was better off calling Tyrone, right? But anyways, now she on here telling us how she didn't vote for this. Well, girl, you didn't vote for Big Sister General either. So if you would have did what you was supposed to do back in November, you would be laid up next to your husband right now, like. But why would they pick him up at a green card interview? It's not funny, but what exactly did you think was going to happen? Like, you thought you was going to get sympathy or something?
Get ready with me while I explain how ICE took my husband and why we might lose everything because of it.
And let me tell you why I don't give a fuck. So the person I stitched, right, her husband got snatched up by ICE. And in the comments, she's like, and no to anybody who's asking, I didn't vote for this, right? But you were reposting Mr. Conservative Habsburg jaw right here. And other content like it until it all of a sudden vanished when this shit came out. Ma'am, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. You voted for this, you just didn't think it would happen to you. And you deleting all of those reposts tells me exactly what I needed to know. You didn't think the leopard would eat your face. But when a leopard is hungry, bitch, they don't fucking discriminate. So I'm gonna do what any God-fearing conservative would do. I'm gonna offer you some hollow-ass thoughts and prayers and forget this ever existed. Have a good.
So apparently ICE is still on a mission, and we keep seeing more and more stories of families being torn apart. And this is one of the latest stories. I just found it interesting, so I'm just going to show a clip.
With me while I explain how ICE took my husband and why we might lose everything because of it. We were at our marriage-based green card interview, which is like the last step to becoming a lawful permanent resident. We were totally expecting to walk out with a green card that day when ICE barged in the middle of our interview, took my husband, handcuffed him, and took him away. No explanation, no valid basis. Seeing as we were about to move back to Minnesota, where I'm from, he was our sole source of income before he was arrested. And now I'm sitting here trying to think about how I'm going to pay for our rent and all of our bills.
Now, what I find interesting is that they're now finding people who are like green card just expired, or they need to do like a little extra paperwork. And it's just weird to me that those are the people that they're searching for. Not the ones that's just like really hiding out, but the ones that are actually trying to get their ish together so this way they can stay in the country. I don't know. Do y'all find that weird? Y'all let me know what y'all think.
This is Hannah Silvera. Her husband was arrested by ICE in the middle of their green card interview. Before anyone extends their sympathy, resources, time, energy, people are asking, well, who did you vote for, Hannah Banana? Hannah said, I didn't vote for this, which is often code for, well, I voted for him, but I didn't vote for this to happen to me. This is Abby, the lovely attorney, who quickly went to Hannah's repost, scrolled all the way back to 2024, and found ample evidence. Reposts of people saying Democrats are being crybabies about this loss. Kamala didn't have an economic plan, so duh. Please watch her video. Abby does a wonderful job of presenting all of Hannah's problematic reposts. In her comments, eventually Hannah does say, I didn't vote for Trump. And Abby has come to the conclusion that due to her problematic reposts, Hannah probably voted for Trump and she's just lying, which is an absolutely fair conclusion to come to. I don't necessarily think that she voted for Trump. I think she either abstained or is a third-party voter. Lucky for Hannah, I have the same smoke for those who abstained or voted third party. You might not be in love with a pedophile, but you are breathtakingly stupid and an albatross around the neck of democracy, okay? You're not just not like other girls. You are a dumb f***. This is your fault. You did this to your husband. I didn't. My hands are clean. This is on you.
Okay, so by now everyone has seen this video. Hold on.
Get ready with me while I explain how ICE took my husband and why we might lose everything because of it.
Okay, that's enough of her talking for that video. Here's my opinion, and this is just my opinion. I am tired. I'm tired of white people coming on here, onto this app or any social media app, and making videos like this. In that same video, she commented this. For all those wondering, no, I didn't vote for this. And then she did 2 follow-up videos where she talked about how she's taking accountability for her actions or her lack of actions, that she grew up in a very red state, very farm-fed, and she was taught all these things that she thought was true in life. That she loved the campaign Trump was running on because it was everything that she was taught growing up. And until she moved to California, that's when she started learning more things and seeing more culture and understanding of life. I don't know what the fuck she actually said. And then she goes on to say, I did not vote at all. That's what she meant by that comment. She did not vote one bit. So here's my question for you, Hannah. This is directly, I'm going to tag you in this so you can see this. I want to know, would you be making this type of video advocating for people who are being abducted, who are being separated, who are being put into internment camps, who are being deported? Would you be advocating for this if your husband was not arrested while he was getting his fucking green card? My answer is going to be no. I don't think you would. You're only doing this because it has affected you. That's the only fucking reason you are doing this. And now you're worried that you're going to fucking lose everything. Because you loved Trump's campaign, but you felt too uneducated to vote. But you understood his campaign. Make that fucking make sense. In your video, you said, go through my social media and you'll see how much I've grown. I went through your social media page and there are no videos showing your growth one bit. You will go from 21 to 22 to 23 to 24. Nothing really in between to say what you advocate for or how you've grown or how you fucking learned in life or how you've changed your perspective. Listen, I don't want to see anyone get deported. I don't. I'm happy if they're happy. That's how I navigate through life. My father was an immigrant. I am first generation born here. I am Middle Eastern, and my father came here when he was 21 years old. The existence of immigrants in this country is not harming me. They're just existing. That's all they're doing. Now, if they have a criminal record, that's a whole nother story. That's out of my scope. I'm talking about people who are just standing there, existing, and trying to make a better life. But white people, I'm telling you, this is getting fucking old. These videos are getting fucking old and we have no fucking compassion for you. No matter how many fucking follow-up videos to try to make yourself seem better, we don't fucking care. I'm talking to the people who voted for Trump or didn't fucking vote at all. Did not do the research, did not care enough to fucking vote. Stop blaming your upbringing on your fucking shitty decisions or lack of fucking decisions. Stop coming on here and thinking that you're going to get this compassion and this empathy because this is happening to you. We fucking warned you. We were screaming it on the fucking rooftops and you didn't listen. You didn't listen. You have it at the touch of your fingers to hear people and you did not fucking listen. We are living in a world right now where everyone who is not in a position of power is being attacked. And if you can't use your fucking critical thinking skills to comprehend that, that is not our fucking problem. That is your fucking problem. And we don't need your fucking problems because we have our own. Do I think people can grow and change their perspective and understand that the world is bigger than what they thought it was? 100%. But if you're not using those new thoughts and that new knowledge to actively make this world a better place and a safer place for people, then that is a fucking problem. That is not change. That is not growth. That is staying stagnant and keeping all this information in your head and not fucking using it. It's irresponsible. And that's all I have to say on that.
You voted for Donald Trump and your husband got deported and now you're on the internet trying to backtrack saying you did not vote for Donald Trump when every single one of your reposts is either a Republican or a Republican content creator. And then you went and you deleted your reposts of those from 2024 at pivotal time because people were calling you the fuck out. I did not vote for Donald Trump. There's no reason why I would have Candace Owens in my reposts. There's no reason why I would be following Candace Owens. There's no reason why I would be following any fucking Republican lawmaker or even Republican content creator. You're weird. You voted against your husband's rights and now he's been deported and you're asking everybody on the internet for help when what you need to do is you need to ask the president that you fucking voted for. Or how about you ask those Republicans that you follow and ask them to help you with all of your motherfucking lawyer and your fucking court fees? Are you asking us for help? Don't you follow Candace Owens? How about you go ask her for help? Don't you follow Ethan? How about you go ask him for help? It's white women like you that voted against not only your rights but half of the country's rights, and you're the reason why half of the country is being terrorized by ICE agents as we fucking speak. So I apologize for your husband being locked up, but you are the reason why he's locked up right now, and there's nothing I can do to help you. If you voted for Donald Trump and this administration negatively affects you, stop coming to the internet asking us for help. There is nothing that I can do for you. There's nothing that I can give you. Baby, I don't even have a book to educate you because the time to educate yourself was when we all went into the motherfucking booth. Actually, the time to educate yourself was when Donald Trump decided to run for his first term and he became president. If you didn't realize how much of a horrible human being he was when he first ran for president and fucked our country up, actually backtrack. If you didn't realize how much of a horrible human being he was 20 to 30 years ago when he was doing his bullshit, you do not care that he's tearing down the fucking country. You only care because it's affecting you personally. Just because something doesn't personally affect me does not mean that it's not going to personally affect everybody. I have enough empathy and understanding to know when people go through things that it can hurt them. So therefore, I'm going to support them no matter what. You don't have that because you don't care because it's not affecting you. The same way that you casted your vote for Donald Trump on your own free will is the same way that you need to go and help yourself. How about you call him instead of calling us because we can't help you? The time to help was when we went into the voting booth to vote and you didn't.
I'm sorry that I didn't vote. I apologize and take accountability.
I'm not an FAFO person, so I'm not here to rub anything in your face. And I think that one of the biggest reasons why you're getting so much heat and so much hate in your comments is because what is happening to so many people is just this extreme injustice. We are watching unreal levels of injustice all over the place to people that fought to keep this from happening. And I think one of the reasons why you're getting so many responses like you are because people are seeing justice. Sadly, what's happening to you, I mean, it's justice. And I think people are just so desperate for it right now. So you're getting the brunt of it, but you are accepting it with a grace that I am not seeing from anybody, really. And I think that that's something. And so I think I'm posting this just because I hope that you continue to accept the hate with grace and don't turn, because hopefully you understand where it's coming from and why. And you can't do anything to change things that you have done in the past. You can't change it. What matters is what you do from here on out. And there are people that are never going to invite you to sit at their table. Some of us are just at that place where there are people we will never be able to look at it the same way again. And that may be the case for you and many people. But it won't be for everybody, you know, and who you are matters. Keep developing that. Don't lose it. I do wish the best for you. It's a horrible situation, just for everybody. It's a horrible place to be. And I hope that you fight in every way that you possibly can against what's happening. Become a big advocate, a bigger advocate. And every time you feel bad about something that you've done to bring you and everybody else to where we are, use that to become a bigger advocate. Because you can't change the past, but you can change who you are moving forward. You can't make up for anything that you did, but you can make a difference. And so just keep doing that. Keep fighting to get rid of your old roots, or fight past the bad roots that are part of the choices that you made, and fight forward against what they helped bring on. And I just want to add, because I know I'm going to get hate from people for saying that I wish the best for you. I am one of the people that would not invite you to sit at my table. And I've never been that person before. And that's why I'm so sad, because I still feel compelled, though, to tell you to keep pushing forward. Because again, not everybody is going to be there. And I'm so sad and I'm so mad that I am. Never was that person before, but we are in a place that we've never been before. Seeing people do things that we never thought that they would do, and seeing the people that helped that happen. But I really want more of you. I want more people to do what you're doing and to accept that hate with grace and to take accountability, even if the rest of us are thinking it's too late and you only took accountability when it affected you and whatever. Don't dwell on that. Don't dwell on the people that feel that way. Focus on changing the people that still aren't feeling it. Focus on changing the ones that aren't going to care until it hits them, because you'll be able to reach them way more than.
Tell me, did you have that same exact sentiment when that woman got shoved to the ground by that ICE tyrant, when she was distraught that her husband had to be deported in the middle of his citizenship process in that courtroom? Did you have that same sentiment when brown individuals is getting pulled over, detained, and roughed up just because of what they look like? And before you get off into the obvious and usual questions, I am not in support of any side of the two-party illusion. It's one big corrupt-ass club, and I ain't in it. Now let's get to my point. Now that these problems hit it your doorstep where your loved one was in the middle of a green card appointment and got snatched up by these tyrants. Now that your eyes open up and see that their unconstitutional procedures and ways of doing things is problematic. And the fact that you won't come out initially and take responsibility for what you initially supported. You would have been better off if you would have just came out at the very beginning and be like, look, I thought we was going to have a better booming economy, and I thought they was only going to deport the worst of the worst. But no, you didn't do that. You chose to basically double down, delete previous reposts that you've made after initially being called out. So it indicates that you kind of knew what you was getting into before you got into it. You just didn't feel it was going to come directly to your doorstep. And now that it came to your doorstep, it is now a problem. And you know what? I'm wholeheartedly sorry that this happened to your husband. But according to these mass deportation policies, overstaying a visa technically makes you eligible for deportation. The same kind of thing you previously supported. Now, in my opinion, more of this needs to happen to individuals that's still supporting what's going on, and to the individuals that think it's funny that this happened to your.
That's all I got from this video. Some people are just deceiving themselves. And the fact that, when something happens, they will run away from the people that they were supporting and then turn around looking for people that will speak up for them. The people that are too vocal to speak up, not for people that look like me. I love the fact that people came for her, came at her real good, because she cannot tell me that you voted for this administration, being a lawyer or being whoever you said you are. You are old enough to know. See, I don't know how some people are very dumb and ignorant. That this man obviously said that he was going to deport people, and the husband you married was not legal or was not legally staying in the country. And you, as a lawyer, you guys have been relaxing. You had kids, and now you are worried because he is the one that brings the money. Now you're worried about the rent because you live in a rich neighborhood. Now you're worried about how your children are going to cope. Why do I have to know this? Because this is absolutely none of my business. Why do my people have to know this? Now, you see, some people are lying. She wanted to lie because she said this is not what she voted for. People started asking her, who did you vote for? Did you vote for this administration? She said, and then she said, people can grow and all that. She said she's not MAGA, only for people to go, oh, geez. Internet is just always wilding. People decided to go to her page full time to check her page, only to find out, to see the videos she has reposted and all that. And the people that she is in community with are the people that do not have the interest of also people that look like me at her, that is MAGA. Because she reposted, you see this, Ethan or Nathan, what his name is, the one that actually said that black people did not build America, it was built by settlers. Which settlers? See, madam, I am not apologizing for eyes holding your husband. Why? Because I did not cause it. And if there is anybody to hold accountable, you, because you had the opportunity to vote to make things right. I don't know if you voted for this administration or you are lying that you did not vote because you do not have the knowledge of voting and all that. A lawyer do not have the knowledge of voting. Hey, this life must really be for babies, because not for an adult like me, because I am an adult. So what am I saying in essence? This is actually what you bought. You bought an iPad and the iPad came. So why are you disturbing me? Why are you coming to complain to me? Now that you have grown, how do you want to change this? you should better look for a way to find money also, and look for a way to pay your husband, or better still, they might deport him. I don't know which one to say, but this is what it is. Signing out. Bye for now.